Hey, good morning, everyone. Good morning. What's going on? What's going on? Another day in the markets, wrapping up the end of the trading week here is kicking off the first day of the November month trading session. So let's get into it. Yesterday we were seeing the markets overall. Pretty much it was kind of a bloodbath actually. We ended up closing sector list at a 9-2 bear split. Utilities and communication services were the only two bulls of the day going bell to bell actually. The market pretty much sold off right at the bell. After obviously the Fed, the positive Fed meeting that they were cutting rates. You saw a little bit of a push to the upside on Wednesday's trading session, but clearly the street had other sentiment going into yesterday's session, and obviously it wasn't the news coming out of the meeting wasn't strong enough to push prices higher overall. Although SPY is definitely still defending that 300 level, came down to I think what the 301 or 302 level into the close, gapping up pre-market, but as we have always seen before, the gap ups kind of followed by a sell-off at the bell. So don't get too excited for the push to the upside. Let obviously the dust settle and see what the street is going to dictate for trend today. Anyway, we're going to kick it off with Shopify. We got 6 on our watch list. As you can see, we're going to be short for Shop today. Big picture, they're obviously in this downtrend. They have a little bit of a curl after hours and pre-market, but at the end of the day, they did close down just north of 5.5 points. So we're seeing lower prices being printed, lower highs and lower lows. So we're looking for continued selling to that 308 level. Again, if this 312 level gets cracked and any pullbacks to the level gets mitigated, it should be able to push down nicely to that 308 level. Next up, we got TTD. They closed down just shy of 9 points yesterday. Again, they're kind of getting stuffed out with that 50-day and the 200-day moving average on top. Since the 29th, you're seeing kind of lower highs and lower lows fading down. So it's not looking too strong as of right now. It's definitely elevated. It's trying to defend that 200 level, which is a strong, obviously buying level. So if this level cannot hold, you'll see this flush definitely to that 195, 196 level. But again, look for a little bit of a bounce around that level. Again, if it's not going to hold, it's going to flush quite hard. So just be patient with that. Let it dance around. Don't get caught in the chop, and let the street dictate the trend. Roku coming up next, closed down just north of 2 points. Wasn't too much of action yesterday. It's kind of trading in that channel. Obviously, after the 28th kind of bull run, it's got a little bit of a tight channel, but it's on the lower part of the channel. We see some continued selling. That 150 level is going to be kind of a hard line in the sand. So if you cannot breach it, obviously you're going to see some stuff, lower highs and lower lows. It's going to come back to that run that you saw last month, past couple months. Tough to say, but we're going to be bearish for Roku for today's trading session down to that 143.65 level. Tesla, closed almost flat yesterday. It had a couple of pops to the upside from its triangle off the 15-minute. But that being said, you're usually going to have some strong follow through to the upside. But we saw some failed actually attempts going into the close. So that's definitely pointing to the south side. You're trying to defend this level going into the close, but if not, that 310 is going to be the line in the sand. And again, if this does not hold, you're going to see a big flush to the 300 level. The fact that these strong triangles did not push to the upside in a strong way is definitely a bearish sentiment. So look for this thing to push a little bit lower. We're going to be short for Tesla today. Long term, we're going to see if this 310 is going to hold again. If this does not hold, you're going to see this flush to the 300 level. United Health is going to be next. Closed down, not much, just down 2 points yesterday. Looks still is setting up for that long. We had a sentiment for a bullish day yesterday. The fact that it did not push up after that off the technicals was definitely cause for concern, but the strong close definitely is pointing up to that level again. So it's going to probably try to make another attempt to that 253, breaking that level to the 256, 257. So look for higher prices today. Again, obviously contingent on how the market's going to react after the dust settles around that 10 a.m. level. We're going to wrap it up with NVIDIA. They closed down just shy of 2 points. I'm gonna be long NVDA today. You know, you're gonna look for that bounce at the 200 level, another big level. Obviously, pre-market is trading, you know, at that 200 level right now. Any pullbacks at that level needs to be mitigated to the north side. So it's a nice area to risk off of. So again, it needs to hold. The market needs to be pushing higher as well because NVDA usually follows the market overall. So look how SPY's going to be trading. If SPY's going to be pushing higher, you should get a nice bounce to the upside off the 200 level for NVDA. So that being said, guys, we got the 6. Going into the session, you know, Friday is always very volatile, so anything you get into, you want to make it very, very crystal clear that the trend is going to be on your side. Don't fight the market trend today because this is how stocks usually reverse quite quickly if you're fighting the trend. So stick with the trend and be patient with your entries as always. So any question, reach out to us. Be patient with price, patient with setups, and again, you know, cut your losses quickly if you're wrong. Step back, reevaluate your original thesis, and if you're right, hop back in. If not, take the small loss, learn from it, and move on. All right, guys, have a good one, and be safe. Enjoy the weekend. And any question, reach out.